What's up everybody? It's time for another week in Stones where we take a look at all these monsters that are in Stones. Since more people are pulling these monsters this week, since they're in Stones, way to be redundant than last week or than next week, I'm sure. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people pulling Woosa, Vanessa, Ganymede, Galleon, etc, this week. So we'll see how to rune them, we'll see where to use them, we'll see what kind of things we want to focus on for them. Alright. Let's see what we have. Woosa, I think this is a week a lot of people are summoning their stones because we got Galleon especially plus Ganymede and Woosa are very highly in demand. I think if you want a speed lead now, you don't even bother with Vanessa, you just bother with, you try to get Samoth. If you get Vanessa, you're like, ah, okay, it's at least the speed lead still. But you really want to go for that Samoth because Samoth is, I mean, I'm sorry, but Samoth is just it's night and day. Like, Samoth comes out, Vanessa looks like a 4-star. Vanessa, aside from the okay, now I'm just gonna trash Vanessa. Let's stop trashing Vanessa and just say she's the less desirable of the ones this week. Alright, so first one we have is Woosa. Attacks the enemy with a power of yin and yang. Puts the enemy to sleep for 2 turns with 20% chance. The damage increases according to your max HP. Okay, max HP plus sleep. We got the second skill, damage proportion to your max HP and heals based on your max HP. Third one, grants immunity to all allies for 3 turns. 3-turn immunity, huge. Creates a shield equal to 15% of my HP. So everything is based on his HP. Spoiler, we want to rune him. Not a spoiler, this is where you say it. We wound him for, we wound him. We wound him, cause what wounds do you want to put on your monster? Rune him for max HP, but also his base speed is really high. When he's awakened, he gets plus 15 speed, and then also when any monster is awakened, they get an extra 1 speed automatically. I don't know why they do that, but they get 1 more speed for some strange reason. So we get the extra speed, which puts him up to 103, and then the plus 15 awakening bonus. His awakening bonus is the 15 speed, so he gets 118. 118 is one of the best speeds in the game. So you want to kind of capitalize on that. That he's got that tremendous shield. He's got tremendous. It's huge. It's a huge shield. The huge shield. And he's got the 3-turn immunity, which is nice, especially for. Oh man, we'll get to that. But everything's based on his HP. So rune him speed, HP. Try to get as much speed as possible on him, and also secondary, you want to get it as much tankiness as possible on him, like as much HP. And then after that, I would go for probably defense and resistance, and then just overall value stats if you can. Oh, excuse me. So let's take a look at a good one. A good one. We'll visit him. I was thinking about visiting the other, like the OP ones, like not the OP. This is an OP one as well. I mean, Nick is one of the highest. He's just high in he's always high. No, he's one of the better World Arena players. One of the better. He's got several legend titles. So, but I didn't want to show because I know Foix and Barian and some of them, they like to go low, so they're not in the top 100. So people don't really focus on world. But I think they're not focusing on world boss right now because they don't want people seeing their builds for RTA. Because people will stock their build and see and then know exactly how to counter it. So I was like, hold on, let me not show those exact runes to show exactly what speeds are on their units. But here are this. But he's in G2. He's already, anyone can see his units anyway. So he's got speed, HP. He's trying to go for big speed subs as much as possible. This 19 speed sub, amazing. 26 and 19. Actually, I think this is not even his fastest monster. I don't know who his fastest monster is. Not that one. Oh, Kabila is probably, I know how he plays. I think Kabila and Tiana are going to be, I think Kabila's his fastest Swift set probably. Which is why she's not even out. And then Tiana's pretty fast too. Yeah, okay, so I think Tiana has his 2nd fastest Swift set. I think Kabila has his #1 fastest Swift set. Or maybe Frigate. Yeah, he's really focusing on the speed on. I don't want to go through all these, but speed, HP for him. For Woosa, and Woosa's gonna be great. Woosa's good for arena defense. Woosa's good for Guild Wars defense and offense. The thing with Woosa for Guild Wars defense, then you have to bring in a stripper because you know he's gonna be fast. for Guild War defense, so that already takes up 1 spot. And then you still need a nuker, and then you still need some kind of support. So Woosa on Guild War defense is not a bad pick. World Arena, I mean, you saw, if you've seen Mobile Masters, you know that Woosa is one of the best picks. I would say even Triple S. I would say Triple S pick, because 3-turn immunity, plus shield, and accuracy leader too. Is it Triple S or double? I don't know. Probably depends on. He's amazing though. The base speed, the speed alone, the base speed is fantastic. And then you have to counter that. You have to counter all that immunity, all that shield. But he's good for that. He's good for Giants and Dragons early game. I wouldn't bring him in late game, because then you wanted to do. He's not going to be a fast run, but he's going to be a reliable run because of all that immunity. And the shield is nice too. But all the immunity is gonna definitely help you out with Giants and Dragons. Rift Beasts, no. Raid R5, no. But he's good for arena defense to a point. I mean, you can still, at high levels, you can just counter it with Tiana. Not a big deal. And in Guild Wars, like, you can counter it with Tiana too, but you have to have Tiana, and then you have to make sure your other, you know. So you can counter it, but you have to bring in the counter monster. Tiana brings in that attack gauge buff, and she brings in the strip as well. So that's 2 things in 1. But great monster, especially for RTA. He's been doing really, really good. He's one of the he's generally, if you have him, you're using him in RTA. So I would rune him again, speed, HP. Probably Swift Will if you can, and then if you can't do Swift Will, whatever gives him the highest base speed and the most HP. Because he's usually going first too, so he doesn't need Will, right? He's not really taking turn 2 very often. If he's fast enough, his base speed is gonna help him move really fast. So you really don't have to worry about him too much getting turn 2. Then we have Vanessa. Vanessa, oh my god. Used to be amazing back when Revive was more relevant. Now it's not so relevant. It's just like speed nuke, and who cares if they have a Reviver? You're just gonna kill the Reviver anyway. You're gonna kill everyone turn 1, or reset them with Zyros. So Vanessa really is not as relevant as she used to be, unfortunately. She still does have a great leader skill. The leader skill is great. This skill, the rest of her skill set though, this is a Nat 3 skill set. It's not really that great. This is a Revive. There's Nat 3s that have just as good of a Revive. This is just based on enemies' max HP and decreases defense. But it doesn't decrease the defense and then hit again on top of that for enemies' max HP. So you can rune her one of multiple different ways. I know a lot of players. I'm gonna actually show Fwaz. I think he's got his rune the same as mine. So I'm gonna show, because I don't think he's using Vanessa in, I just want to make sure, because he doesn't want me, I assume he doesn't want me showing his builds. So let me just make sure that he's got it ruined, not for RTA. That's the reason. Okay, I actually think he might be using this in RTA. Never mind. I don't know. But this is how I have mine ruined. Mine is just a placeholder, right? Mine is ruined for just 3 sets of fight runes. I didn't even max them. I really should max them. I don't know why I don't, because I actually use her in arena. But I use her for the leader skill, right? I use her for the leader skill and 3 sets of fight runes. I'm using her for this composition. I'll show you guys. I'm using these 2. I'm using, where's Vanessa? Where's good old Vanessa? Vanessa's leader skill. This way I get the first turn. Bernard moves next. Then I'm using, let's see. Where's this other one? No, not Tosi. I know I don't have runes on what? Oh, horrible person. I have too many monsters. Not enough runes. Comptos, give me runes. So I have triple fight runes on, oh, I thought Tion was maxed too. Wow. At least maxed runes. Oh my goodness. So Tion's got, Tion actually needs a little bit more speed. But this is the team I'm using. So I get guaranteed first turn. This is a slow Lucian. Does a lot of damage. Attack or damage attack. So I get the first turn. Bernard goes first. He buffs the attack gauge. Tion goes next. Tion completely resurges Lucian. Doesn't matter how slow he is. Gives him another turn. And attack power buff. And then Lucian just one-shots everything. Right? So that's the strategy for that. Alright, so that's really where I know I have 3. I'll actually summon these at the end of the video. I'll summon the 3 light darks at the end of the video. I'm not saving them for anything else. So, we've got that for that. I really think she's a rune holder right now. That's really... I've seen Foi use her like that as well. He used her for Dragon's B10 like that. But I think he was just rune holding for... And I think that's like, if you don't have Samoth, you're using Vanessa, but you're really not using Vanessa for damage. You're using Vanessa just for her leader skill. And then to help her give... Because both Vanessa and Tion, those fight runes, are going to give Lucian more damage, so he can hopefully just nuke everything without them getting a turn. So that's the strategy there. But I really think Vanessa needs a buff. Hopefully she gets one soon. It's been 3 months, almost to the day, almost 3 months to the day, since we've seen the last balance patch where we saw Pungback buffed, and we saw a few other things. We saw that great Daphnis buff, where Daphnis got, oh yeah, it was 1 cooldown. 1 less cooldown. Great job buffing Daphnis, count to us. So we saw that another monster, that the Ganymede got a buff, I don't know, like a year ago? It was a great buff, though. Great buff Ganymede got. But I'm wondering, if it's been 3 months, I'm wondering if there's a buff incoming. I don't know. I'm wondering if there is. I don't know. What is this? Fingers crossed. I forgot how to cross my fingers, guys. I'm too stupid. Ganymede, another great RTA monster. 2 great RTA monsters this week. Woosa and Ganymede. 2 very, very, very strong. I call him Ganymede because he's always banned the first, basically. He's like, you pick him first, and then you know he's gonna get banned, and then you're like, okay, what 4 monsters do I want to actually make it through? Because he almost always gets banned. Or maybe at least just half the time. He gets banned so often. 2 attacks, each removing a beneficial effect with a 30% chance. So you can remove 2 beneficial effects. See, now I'm doing fingers crossed. Oh my god. 2! Make sure these are spread apart. 2 beneficial effects. Potentially, it's only a 30% chance, and it goes up. There's 2 extra plus 10s on there, so it goes up twice. Ventilate instantly readies all skills of an ally. Ventilate will not be affected by other cooldown, reduction, or increasing skills. So you can't Zyros this Ventilate. This Ventilate's always going to be available. Same thing with Jameer as well. Jameer's can't be Zyrost. Also, one Ganymede cannot steal magic on another Ganymede, and then put Ventilate on cooldown. So that's another. When do you have Ganymede versus Ganymede fights? I don't even know. Not in World Arena. But this is great. This is great for any really, really strong 3rd skill. A lot of times you use it with Woosa so that you just have infinite immunity. Woosa's almost infinite immunity anyway, but it just makes it stronger. Sometimes he's used with, he's even with himself, sets the attack gauge down to 0, and puts the enemy's skills on max cooldown. So anti-Samoth, anti-Perna, anti-so much stuff. Like, amazing skill. Like, you just... Amazing skill. Amazing, amazing, amazing skill. Right? Anything that doesn't have a passive, this is OP against. And then we have Arena Leader skill, accuracy, 55%. He's always used in live arena. He's usually used on Violent with high speed. He's got 113 base speed. He gets speed when he's awakened as well. So he's got 113 base speed after awakening. This skill actually, it only... Okay, so let's talk about different rune builds for him. Fatal Enrage, this skill doesn't do any damage. This is a single target skill. And this skill only does damage to 1 target. It does really good damage, actually. More damage than you'd think, but it's only to 1 target. It can nuke though. This skill can nuke, but most Woosas are not built for damage, and that's why you don't usually see this one nuking too often. But it can do a ton of damage. It can actually do more damage than you think. But he's still never ruined for Fatal or Rage just because he doesn't do single target damage, and this is just the support skill, right? And this is more support anyway. He's a support monster. So he's usually ruined for World Arena, speed, defense, HP, speed, HP, defense, violent will, violent focus even. Sometimes he's ruined for Swift. I've seen people that ruin him for Swift for super high speed, because he's got 113 base speed. That's really, really great. You can outspeed, if you have the same runes as like a Bernard or an Orion, you can definitely outspeed an Orion. You can definitely outspeed a Bernard as well. He's got 7 more base speed than Orion. So if the opponent doesn't have will runes, you could just reset the skills and then set the attack gauge of the enemies to 0 and then go ham. So definitely, if you think that your opponent doesn't have will runes, Swift on Ganymede is not a bad option. Not a bad option. But he definitely does. He does need to go after your stripper though. All right. So yeah, speed, usually defense HP, speed defense HP, speed HP defense, tanky with the defense. Mine is, I'll show you guys mine. I know I don't want to, but I'll show you guys mine anyway. Mine is 100 and he's on violence. So he has 157 speed, which is not bad for violent. He's speed, defense, and HP. This rune I'm not really too happy with aside from the... I really should get... Oh, I can't get defense here anyway. And then this one, I wish I had... But I really don't have any strong violent... Like, any fast violent runes for this slot. I seem to not have any. So this is not even one of the worst violent, like, speed violent runes. Like, I just don't have... Like, this slot is like, okay, 27, it's nice. But this is like 7... That's one of the better ones that I have even. So, this one needs to be replaced too. I want speed, HP, defense, and accuracy on here. That would be nice. I'm not bummed out with the attack. I would use this if I got a Ciara on my main. This might go to Ciara. So those are the stats on this. Like, I mean, 523, but it's not... I really... yeah. The accuracy I'm not too worried about having super high accuracy, because a lot of times when I use him and he doesn't get banned in World Arena, I will use the accuracy leader skill as well. But that's how I have him runed. But I also know that people have him runed. I don't want to show all the... Like, the people that have the really great RTA builds, I have to just say the basic concept of what they are. I can't show them specifically because they don't want them to be shown. So... actually, I can show who's ever... I'm sure he's got one. This used to be Hekate's account. Her son is... It's her son's account right now. So he's been playing it lately. So here's the stats on this one. He's got speed, HP, HP. Fairly similar to what I had. But I do know that there's a lot of high level players that have Swift on him to make him really, really fast. He's great for TOA as well. What else is he good for? What else is he good for? These monsters aren't really great. None of these 3 monsters are really great for Rift of Worlds. I wouldn't use any of them in Necropolis either. He could, like, Ganymede could be good early game for Giants. Late game, you really want things with more damage, right? More damage plus Galleon plus supports. Really, I would use him early game though. He's great for some of the stuff in Kairos Dungeon. Not really great for Rift of Worlds. None of these 5 stars in here. TOA, Vanessa actually does damage based on max HP, so she's not bad against TOA bosses. But there's still better stuff. There's still better stuff than that. Ganymede is great for TOA though. Ganymede is amazing for TOA. And then Ganymede is... I don't know if people are really using Ganymede in offense for... I don't ever see too much Ganymede in Guild War defense. But I don't know if anyone's really using him for offense for Guild Wars. I don't really see it too often. But I could just not be seeing the people using... Maybe he is used a lot. But he's just support. So, great support though. World Arena, amazing. One of the must picks, one of the better monsters in World Arena. And amazing for TOA. Amazing, amazing, amazing for TOA. And not bad for early game. Just like Woosa, he's good for early game as well. Alright, now we're gonna go to Soha. Soha usually... Okay, so she's an AoE stripper, right? She's got... Actually, underrated monster, in my opinion. 3 times, Shimmering Light, triple attack. Throws soul beads the enemy to deal damage. Recovers same amount of the inflicted damage as HP. Additionally, all excessive HP recovery will be converted into a shield, so even if she has full health, it doesn't matter, she's gonna get a shield. And then AoE, so both of these are good skills, right? This will freeze when she's awakened too. Triple hit and will freeze. This one is going to remove all beneficial effects on all enemies. And then she's got this great attack power leader skill. These leader skills of the Nine-Tailed Foxes, all the Nine-Tailed Foxes are really strong in Rift of Worlds because of their leader skills. They have some of the best leader skills for Rift of Worlds in the game. These Nine-Tailed Foxes. So I'm actually using, I'll show you guys I actually use Soha. So what I use Soha for is, I'll show you a sample team with Soha. And Galleon too, oh my goodness. Soha and Galleon. So I'll do this, and I'll show you guys, this is an arena offense team that I use. If I go into a full fire team. Full fire, I will outspeed, right? Without a speed leader, I will strip everything. Well, she killed everything anyway. I'll strip everything, let's try that again. I'll strip everything, see, got the freeze. And then I'll, AoE defense break, an attack buff, and then I'll come in with Julie, and I'll nuke everything. And she's got Julie benefits also from that big damage leader skill too. So this is a team that I use. Soha leader skill plus her strip. And I use Soha with, I use her on Swift, but I see mostly used for, now there's a couple of different builds for Soha. Since she is a stripper, she's usually used on Despair. So usually you'll see her speed, crit damage attack, speed, crit damage accuracy, something like that. Personally, I have mine ruined a little bit weird. She's got good speed because she needs to go before Galleon. She's got 79% accuracy, decent crit rate, good crit damage, but could be more damage on here. But this is I think this is a pretty decent overall rune. It's accuracy, because I really want her to make sure she strips. Because if she doesn't strip, then that really sucks. That really messes up everything, right? So these runes are not grinded yet. I have so many, I ruined so much monsters with Swift runes that it's really hard to, everyone's fighting for Swift grinds. So that's how I have a rune, but usually she's ruined for like speed, crit damage accuracy, or speed, crit damage attack, and accuracy subs in on Despair, because she's a stripper, right? But if you're going to use her, I also use her, and she can be used for she could be used for giants and dragons to do damage and to strip and things like that. She could be used in Necropolis in certain teams because she does have a multi-hit first skill. She just doesn't have a slow or anything like that. I don't see her being used too much in Necropolis, but she could be used in certain teams in Necropolis. I mean, dragons and giants. Dragons, I wish if her first skill stripped, that would make her more useful in dragons, because you don't have that reliable first skill strip, especially if you're teaming up with Tark. Then if the monster's first skill strips, then you can strip every time he teams up too. So that's not bad for there. So I really wouldn't make her, like, she's not the most amazing dragons monster, but she could be used in a dragons team. Same thing with giants. What else? But Hall of Fire, Hall of Fire. Fire Beast. Fire Beast, this is the team that I use. I use her as the leader skill in this, and it does. Surprise for the ridiculous monsters that are in it. She actually does, like, it actually does pretty well with the team. And I have no fight runes on this team, I don't think. So, it's a weird team. I know, it's a weird team, but it works, and it gets triple S. I said her leader skill is great. Her leader skill is really, really, really good. And she's got the AoE that does all the fire minions. The fire minions. But I see her mostly used for that. Also, she farms the crap out of Fame in Hell. She farms the crap out of Fame in Hell. Let's just see. Let's just take her in for an example, and she will farm the crap out of Fame in Hell. This video is already 23 minutes long. How did I even manage? We're on the first 4-star. Because I keep saying how awesome Soha is. If she was on Revenge too, that wouldn't be bad here. But you could rune her with Fatal, you could rune her with Rage too. Because she's a damage dealing monster. If you're not going to use her for arena defense as a stripper, if you're just going to use her early game for like a farmer, for like a Fame in Hell farmer, then look at that, she heals herself, she doesn't even need Vampire. Just speed, crit damage attack, Fatal Blade works fine early game. Not a bad monster, 33 seconds, that's not a bad time. She does that 40% extra damage with her leader skill, not bad. Who else do we have? Galleon! Oh my god. I have a video, how to rune Pirate Captain. I'll talk about Galleon here. Galleon needs high accuracy. Galleon needs, I like to rune my Galleon. There's several different ways to rune Galleon. Okay, so we'll talk about Galleon for arena offense, right? There's a turn 1 Galleon and there's a turn 2 Galleon. Oh my god, it's getting too crazy. Too crazy. Turn 1 Galleon is this. Turn 1 Galleon is 100% accuracy. Can we change this music? It's giving me, like, butt diabetes. This is my turn 1 Galleon. He's got double there's so many monsters that need Violent. I don't even bother putting Violent on Galleon. He's got shield, he's got good base HP, so I put the shield on him, that's not bad. Speed, attack, attack. Really, I just wanted good overall stats. I use him also for Dragon's B10. I think speed, crit damage, attack for Dragon's B10 speed runs, still with high accuracy, would be the best for Dragon's B10, right? If you could even do like triple accuracy or something like that. I know some people love to do Galleon with, I love this Galleon though. This Galleon works for everything I need him for, but I also have low crit rate on him because he also does, I take him into Camilla's. I use this against Camilla a lot, Pirate Strike, and I want it to try to not crit if possible. So I kind of use him for so many different things, but I want him to crit on Dragon's B10, but I want him to not crit on Camilla. So it's like, but I just put value runes on him overall. I wanted to make sure he's got just enough speed to go before my damage dealers. So that's the runes for my Galleon. I know I'll show other Galleons too. That's a turn 1 Galleon. So like for example, I'll use this arena offense. Let's see. And then I'll use Zyros. So I'll outspeed, I'll strip with Chiwu. I think Chiwu's just gonna kill everything anyway. But I'll pretend this is a strip, okay? Pretend that's a strip. I just don't want Chiwu to kill everything. And then I'll defense break, and then he just needs to go right before the damage dealer. And even though he's 100% accuracy, I mean, you know we're not gonna defense break because this is Summoner's War. But that's what I do for there. He's got to have good accuracy. Speed crit damage attack is going to give him the best for Dragon's B10. And high accuracy subs if you can, or speed crit damage accuracy is going to be nice. But he does need to go before your damage dealers. That's the most important thing. The most important thing is he should go before damage dealers. Whatever you do with him, he should go before the damage dealers, and he should have good accuracy. Also, for Galleon, I did Devilmon mine. I Devilmon the crap out of mine because he needs it. Everything is maxed on both my Galleons. I know I missed one skill in the video a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god, my Galleon is not, my second Galleon was not completely maxed. But for this to be reliable defense breaks, you really need the maxed. I mean, if you've got a Devilmon Galleon, don't even think about it like, oh my god, I can't believe I Devilmon Galleon. Like, it's okay to Devilmon Galleon, trust me. Same thing with the second Galleon. I believe I even Devilmoned him too. I think I fed some Pirate Captains if I could, but I think he even got Devilmons as well. So this is the turn 2 Galleon. Turn 2 Galleon is basically 94% accuracy, I know. Could be 100, needs to be 100, but it's gonna fail either way. So the turn 2 Galleon is double shield. Oh, this is a new rune. This is a new rune. Okay, that's why it's not maxed. Ooh, gotta remind myself to, this second Galleon keeps getting overlooked. I don't even know how. Can we? Damn. Damn you, Galleon monkey. So double shield will, and basically how I use the second Galleon is, I will use him like this. I will take Galleon, I don't remember who else. I messed up my turn 2 team, actually, when I did one video with like the Cowgirls or something. And I never changed it after that. Yeah, so I messed it up and I used, I don't know, I had better stuff for the turn 2 team. But basically, he's supposed to go, and then everyone's got shield will. He goes first, he defense breaks something, right? Or like even this is a good one. This way everyone else's attack or damage attack with like rage will, or even like this guy could be, I know he doesn't have any runes right now. I took him out so I could put runes on him. He could be double shield will as well. I would like to start Devilmoning him and using him soon, though. But this could be an example of a turn 2 team where the enemy, if the enemy doesn't have a stripper, the enemy will move first. I'd like to have at least 4 sets of shield on a turn 2 team. And because like some of these are squishy, I don't want them to die. I don't want anyone to die. So that's why I like to have a couple sets of shield on there. Galleon's got 2. Sometimes I'll use a Chamomere. I love a Chamomere actually too, because there's a lot of monsters that are... a Chamomere helps Galleon out. Well, he does help Galleon out, but Chamomere helps Zyros out too. I don't think... Oh, he is built... Okay, so he is built for this team. Not this specific team. But, turn 2, the enemies move first. You try to survive as much as possible. You try to not get nuked. Decent defense and HP on these monsters help too. And then you come in and you're like, okay, are you done? And then you Galleon and triple defense, triple damage dealer on top of that. So, for the turn 2 team, I like to have Galleon super tanky, with decent resist and defense and HP too, because I want him to not get like stunned or cooldown reset or anything like that. So for turn 2 Galleon, I think resistance is nice too. I would try to get it in subs. I wouldn't try to actually try to get like put it on slot 6. But I think it's important to get resistance on Galleon just so he's not like stunned by a Rhine or something like that. So. Or maybe even a resistance. There's not really too many resistance leaders, like AoE damage dealers with resistance leads. There's the Purees. The Fire Puree and the Wind Puree have the resistance leads, but I think that's about it. But I just use it for, like that one I use for turn 2. And a lot of times I'll use that in Guild Wars. Even though I messed it up, so it's really like, I can't show you guys too much about like how it's used, but it's Galleon plus 3 damage dealers, and as long as if one of the damage dealers dies, that's fine, because I can still usually kill everything with 2 damage dealers, but like just slow and super lots of damage and try to tanky enough to stay alive, right? If it's not staying alive, then I'll tweak it and I'll make sure that we can do something to it to give them more survivability. But that's what I like to do for turn 2, and usually I use that in Guild Wars because not always do Guild War defenses have strippers on them. So if they're trying to like nuke something, a lot of times a Chamomere can survive there, and I'll use like a Chamomere, Rika, and Galleon as a turn 2 team, all speed sync together, and it's beautiful. And that's usually what I'll use for some Guild War defenses. Some Guild War offenses against some Guild War defenses that don't have strippers. And I will use, I think there was 6 sets of shield. I changed my Rika for a video that I never published, but oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Alright, so those are the 2 Galleons. But I think Galleon also, he's an important support monster that if used in arena, he needs to not die because he kind of gets screwed when he dies. But also for Dragons B10, he just needs to go, he needs to have high accuracy and needs to go before your damage dealers. That's the basic meat and potatoes of Galleon. High accuracy, go before your damage dealers. What? I talk way too much. Okay. Beretta. Beretta's an attack type monster, but I really use him more for support. And again, Beretta should have high speed. Despair. Beretta's mainly for TOA. You could use him for different stuff, but he's mainly used in TOA. He's got nice leader skill too. This, not really too worried about. I wonder if Beretta could be a good for different other things like a cleave Beretta or something else, because he is an attack type monster. Let's see what I have for my Beretta. This is for TOA. So I have 211 speed for him. I have 66% accuracy. He's speed, HP, defense, none really grinded. We've got some 5-star runes on here too. Just enough to do the job. For TOA, for boss stages, this is really important to have maxed. Sometimes you'll fail if you don't have this maxed for that extra cooldown turn. And this is just going to help you clear waves faster for TOA hard. But Beretta's a great TOA monster. I do mine, of course, you can see Despair Focus, Speed, HP, Defense. He doesn't need to be defense. I was just going for high speed, and I wanted to have good accuracy for him, and I wanted that Despair set so he can AoE Despair stun. But it was mainly about the speed and the accuracy, and enough of whatever tankiness I could get to survive, but mainly the speed and accuracy on Despair. For TOA. I really don't use him for anything else, honestly, but he's a great TOA monster. That's a short Beretta one, I know. Shorty Beretta. Then we have this Samurai. I did a video on him not too long ago. He was a Hall of Heroes monster. He's a decent AoE damage dealer. I use him... I don't really use him too much because I use the light and dark ones more. Even though I don't have them currently ruined. I know! And I think I have him ruined because I was using him in a video more recently. But I have him ruined to go with Galleon. To go with the turn 2 Galleon, actually. Where's turn 2 Galleon? Turn 2 Galleon. So turn 2 Galleon has 151 speed. And then... Mr. Samurai... Where's Mr. Samurai? No, not you. Not you. Where's Mr. Samurai? Oh my god, where's the Samurai? I can't even find the Samurai. Is he out? Oh, he's out! He's out. So he has 148 base speed. Not base speed. 148 base, holy crap. 148 speed. Attack, crit damage, attack. And he's just meant to go after... I don't really use him in Giants. I don't really use him in Dragons. He's just for the... I use the light and dark ones are honestly better just because the element advantage, right? But I'll just show you guys a little snippet of, Great. Okay, so ignore the 3 on the right. Just look at the 2 on the left. How much damage it's gonna do. So 34k. And then sort of Supreme Skywolf as well. Is another AoE. So... not too bad. His first and second skills hit harder than, or they should hit harder than the third skill. But I've done Fire Samurai videos before as well. But that's how I would win the Fire Samurai for like a cleave team with Galleon. If you've summoned both Fire Samurai and Galleon, GG for you this week. But he was a Hall of Heroes monster. Like I said, if you have the dark one or the light one, they're just better because element neutral. But that's how I have him ruined. Let's see where else he could be good. He could be good for... He could actually be good for the Fire Beast because he's got a defense break in his on his skill 1. He's got double AoEs. The Sword of Supreme Skywolf, yes, you need to activate it first, but he at least has that double AoE. I don't really see if I'm sure he could be good, like, okay for dragons. Not good for giants. He's too squishy. There's just better stuff for dragons, though. Honestly, I just see him as a cleave monster for certain teams. And if you have the light and dark ones, I just think that they're better. Anyway, what's next? What do we have next? What do we have next? Oh, this guy! I love this guy. Okay, I love this guy. He's got this continuous damage, okay. He's got this brand. Brand is good, well, brand is good anywhere. You could use this for... I see him used mostly for... Oh, man. I mean, you could use him in so many different places, actually. I use mine... I kind of like the hybrid... Oh, there's so many different ways you can use him. Okay. He's got... This is just dots. It's good against bosses, whatever. For Kairos Dungeon, for, like, Hollow Magic, Hollow whatever. The Elemental Halls. Some of them. Branding effect, same thing. It's good for Giants, you know. Both good for Giant Speed 10. This becomes possessed with unstoppable rage, attacks all enemies. AoE damage. Okay. Increased attack power and attack speed of all allies for 2 turns. It's a team buff that does AoE damage, and also, when this attack is on cooldown, your attack speed will increase, including the attack speed buff 2. So 2 things increase your attack speed, and you'll recover 10% HP every turn. So he heals himself. He's got also a Guild War leader skill, 33% as well. But team speed buff, team attack power buff, and he will heal himself. I've seen him take on a Camilla. No joke. I've seen him solo Camilla. This is, I don't know if mine is out or if mine is in, yeah, he is out. Okay. So this is mine. I think he needs good speed though. The thing is, he needs good speed. You can make him kind of like a hybrid monster too. For RTA, since he does do a team speed buff, a team attack buff as well. He's a support monster. Like, he could be a support monster there. You could rune him different for RTA, and you could rune him like speed, crit damage, defense with like overall value subs, but still trying to get to a decent speed. You could rune him for despair. Mine is on despair right now. He doesn't need to be on despair though. But you could use him in Giants. You could use him. He can solo a Camila. Like how crazy? Because he heals himself. He speed buffs himself, and he will attack power. And I've seen him solo Camila, which is crazy. But I think for soloing Camila, I would give him more defense to do that. But I love him. He's so awesome. So let's try him with a Galleon. He'd be used for Giants B10, not for Dragons B10. I think What the Foi uses him. I'm just promoting the crap out of Foi today, aren't I? I seen him use him in Necropolis. I prefer to not use him in Necropolis because he doesn't use Lucian. He uses like Tashar, Triple Dark Lich, and Hrungmir. That's his name, right? I think that's his name. Anyway, he uses that for Necropolis, but look at that. And it's a support skill too. I mean, he's not really ruined for max damage either, because he's ruined with speed, he's ruined with despair, so he's not really ruined to do max damage. But you could use him in Giants, you could use him in... I'll show you guys where else I use him. You could use him like as a hybrid monster in Guild Wars too, though. So I use oh, I didn't use him in there. Oh, I did, but I just did better with this team after that. Okay, but I did use him in here for... I don't remember which one I used him. I used him somewhere in here. Because he's got this brand, and he's got this attack power buff, so you could use him for there too, just like that. This way your team has the attack power buff, and your team has a brand. Right now I have 2 units that brand, because he's got a brand too. So there you go. Speed buff, attack power buff. Oh my god. Oh my god. So good, so good. But for RT, I would run him a little bit like a hybrid. Hybrid, but also high speed. And Despair works. Despair works nicely. It's just, oh my god, he's so good. I really like him. I really like... That third skill is just such a strong... Like, look at that third... Okay, here's the thing. Third skill, revives, baby revive, reusable in 8 turns, right? Revives with 30% of HP. Third skill, AoE attack, attack power buff, attack speed buff. When it's on cooldown, attack speed and will increase and recover 10% HP. Like, which one is the Nat 5? Which one is the Nat 5? You give him a 33% speed leader and he is OP as... He's OP. If he had a 33% speed leader, he would be one of the best Nat 5s in the game. If he had Vanessa's leader skill, he would be one of the best Nat 5s in the game. And if Vanessa had the Win BK's leader skill, she would be an Nat 3. That's so crazy. Okay, and then we'll go through some of these. Water Harpy, defense break, stun here, and always lands a crit. Like, I really don't see her being used too much. I gotta check the multiplier on this. I really don't see her being used too much. Rena is actually used as a stall mechanic for Rush Hour Arena defense. Because this way you have to bring something in to deal with Rena. And usually if it's like a lot of times people will bring Rena and they will bring a tanky fire monster, like a tanky fire bruiser, like especially Rakan. This way you have to bring in a not a water nuker, a wind nuker to deal with Rena. Usually a wind nuker to deal with Rena. And then Rakan's gonna just eat them alive with collapses and just ridiculous nonsense. So usually that's a nice combo for Rush Hour Arena. You just build her just like the tankiest brick house possible. HP, HP, HP. I'll show you guys my Rena. I'll show you guys. I think my second Rena is out. That's my she's not done. She's not done. Don't look at her, she's not done. So this is my Rena. She's got 100% resistance. She's got almost 40,000 HP. She's got 1,500 defense. Oh, I thought I could grind that for a second. No, I can actually make her better. So that's my Rena. And she is annoying to deal with. So, oh, trust me, she's annoying to deal with. I wish she had more speed. But still, Not bad. I mean, her speed is not bad, but that's what you should shoot for runes on your arena. For like not runes specifically, but for the stats on your arena. You should shoot for those are really good arena stats. Okay. Really gonna be annoying for arena defense. I mean, really annoying. Just like where they hate you. Megan, Mystic Witch, similar to Bastet. If you have Bastet, you probably don't need to build Megan. But Megan is a good combination with Lucian. Here's the team that you would use Megan in. Let's see, where's Megan? My Megan is still ruined. My Megan is still ruined. This is the double Lucian team with Megan. Right. Bernard goes first. He attack gauge buffs everyone. He gives everyone a speed buff. Megan goes next. She attack gauge buffs everyone even more. So this way the Lucians, even if they're not crazy high speed, they will still go right after that, because they got so many attack gauge buffs that they're going to go next, and they have the attack power buff as well, and they'll just double nuke everything. This is the most common team for this. She is not on my best set. She's like on, I don't know, the 7th best set of Swift runes I have. So, speed HP. You don't have to ruin her speed HP. I've seen some people ruin her speed. I've seen people ruin, a lot of people in early game used to ruin her with high accuracy on 6. At those, for this, which I think is kind of a mistake. This is just one beneficial effect removal and block. I don't think that this is really warrants a slot 6 accuracy like Galleon. You kind of need a ton of accuracy. This is like whatever. I still want more accuracy on her, but I've seen her used a couple different ways. I've seen her used also as an anti-Leo mechanic with Will and double Nemesis. This way you go into Leo teams, you take this into Leo teams, and if she's on double Nemesis Will, Leo goes into there, he smacks her attack gauge back, but it doesn't go back because she's on Will, but she does take some damage, which pushes her Nemesis up, which means she moves next, and then your Lucians go right after that. You don't actually need even Bernard for that either. You can just use like even triple Lucians, whatever, or double Lucian something else for against the Leo defense. So that is another way. But I see her usually used Swift Will, Speed HP, Speed HP defense, whatever gives her the most speed. She just needs the most speed. Accuracy, she kind of needs accuracy as well. But I wouldn't go as far to make sure she has 100%. I think that's a little overboard because then she lacks other stats as well. And I know my Megan is she's not on my fastest Swift set, whatever. She's not that amazing, but I don't use her all the time. And I don't use, since I got Bastet, I've really been focusing on Bastet. So Bastet's got a better Swift set now. What else here? We have this Fire Marshal Cat. Stuns, counterattacks, decreases attack gauge to 0. She gets a speed buff too when she's awakened as well. I've seen her used, not that, like, almost never, right? She's almost never built, but I've seen her used in TOA against bosses to keep setting the attack, like, as a ghetto style of Hua, right? To keep reducing the attack gauge to 0. But if you have Beretta's a fusion monster too, then you don't even need to worry about her. Fire Fairy, 3 times stuns the enemy for 1 turn with 20% chance. This is going to stun if both arrows hit the same target. And then Flurry of Arrows. This is actually not bad. This does a lot of multi-hits for Necropolis. She doesn't have any Speed Break. She doesn't have any Necropolis debuffs that you kind of need for Necropolis. Actually, no, she does have a Speed Break. Actually, I think she could be not bad for Necropolis, because look at all these multi-hit skills. I'm curious that I kind of wanted to build her early game, and then like I keep forgetting about her, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to build her, man. I kind of want to build that Fire Fairy to just play with. You don't have to build her. Just remind me to build her. Oh my god, is this gonna be an hour-long video? No, it's not. We're almost done. So I mean, I think she could be like, an interesting Necropolis monster, and I want to see. I think we should do it. I think we should build her and see if what she's capable of. Because I know back in the day, people were using her with really good runes, and I was like, oh damn, that's pretty fun. So what do we have here? Stuns for 1 turn with a 35% chance. I think this goes up to like 50 or something like that. Attacks the enemy 3 times, defense break. Instantly gains another turn with a 30% chance after the attack, so potentially violent proc. He gets a speed buff too when he's awakened. And then this increases the attack speed for 2 turns with quick footwork. Attacks the enemy to inflict damage proportional to your attack speed. Attack bar will be increased by 50% after the attack. This guy just gets a lot of turns. This guy just gets so many turns. I thought he would be fun to build, but I was trying to decide where I wanted to build him, because he's got a defense break here. And he gets the attack speed buff. And he's got crazy good base attack, let's go see, actually, his... after he's awakened. Where is he? He's got 114 base speed, which is still, it's better than Ganymede even, right? Better than Bernard, better than Ganymede. So you could, I mean, you could even trick someone, get turn 1, stun them with the first skill. But increases attack speed and does damage based on your attack. I bet this does actually decent damage. I bet this does decent damage and just no one uses it. And we've got a defense break here. He could be a fun monster, but I mean, do you use him? Here's the thing. With Lucian, with Katarina, with Copper, do you really build him as your wind damage dealer? Because the other ones have like, Lucian will do damage to everyone, Katarina will do big damage to, she's flexible, she'll do damage to one person, or she'll do damage to multiple people. Copper will do, and all of that is ignore defense. Is he really worthy of building? So, I think he's got an interesting skill set. I just don't know if... I don't know if he's worth building. I think he could be good for... I think he could be good for the, maybe for the Water Rift Beast, but I haven't tried him out. But he's interested me. I've been on the verge of building him before. But I'm like, we'll see. Maybe we'll see. We've got this guy, Wind Inferno. He's a nice monster. He's a nice monster to use as food too. So I would actually evolve him. Don't awaken him. I would evolve him to 5 stars. I would use him as food because you could pair him, his leader skill when he's awakened, you could pair with Lucian. And let's go see it. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. Jabego, why we gotta see it? Why we gotta always see it? Leader skill crit rate 23%. Buffs Lucian's crit rate. So if you use him, if you're farming with him, if you farm him all the way up to like 5 star, if you level him up to 5 star, and use him as food for a 6 star, you're gonna get that leader skill the entire time. If you're using Lucian as your farmer, or if you're using another wind damage dealer as your farmer, it's gonna make the runs a little bit faster. So I actually do like using these guys as with their leader skills. I like to use them as food monsters and level them up to 5 stars because it just actually does make the runs a little bit faster. So, haha. But let's go see his skills. Increase your attack gauge here, but he's got low base speed. They all have low base speed. Low base speed, right? All 95, 95, 95, 98. This is attack all enemies and reduces their attack power for 2 turns with an 80% chance. Okay, AoE, attack power break. Okay, but we have Sigmaris too, and Sigmaris is just a little bit better. This attacks the enemy with overwhelming hatred, reduces the enemy's attack bar to 0, always lands a crushing hit regardless of the enemy's attribute. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a lot of attack gauge reduces the enemy's, attack gauge. It reduces the enemy's attack gauge to 0 as well, but I thought he would be, since he also increases his own attack gauge, I thought this would be a cool monster to use with, like, Swift to continue, like, as a... I want to say Ghetto Hua, right? To keep reducing the enemy's attack gauge down to 0. I haven't really tried it, but he's got low base speed too. So, or even with maybe Despair for TOA. You could use this guy for Despair for TOA, even. So, he's kind of like, even like a Ghetto, Beretta. He's got an AoE, it doesn't do dots, but he's got an AoE. And then he's got this attack gauge reduction to 0. And also an attack gauge increase too. So another thing that I was like interested in building, I was like, oh, I wonder. And then this Wind Mummy, okay, let's go take a look at the Awakened version of him as well. This video went way too long. Way too long. He can't get dots, right? So we do continuous damage here. We do damage based on max HP here. And then we have becomes immune to continuous damage when being attacked. The attackers will suffer continuous damage for 1 turn. This guy, I think he's soloed, especially with this resistance leader skill. I think like Vampire Namib has soloed, someone built one that soloed Dragons B9. So this guy can actually, with good runes, good vampire runes, can solo Dragons B9. Fun times, man. Because the dragon, everyone keeps trying to put dots on, and he's immune to dots, and he basically, they try to put the dots on him, they get the dots instead. So, kind of fun. But, I mean, really not good for speedruns. You're not gonna just solo Dragons B9 for the entire game with one monster. That's really not practical. So, he's a fun monster to use as like a lol joke. Like, oh, look at this joke, he can do Dragons B9. But do you really build him to work as part of a team? Probably not. He's just there for, he's the dots, right? So, he's just there for the dots. So anyway, guys, that's, oh god damn. I talked way too much. We gotta do this faster next time. I don't know. I tried to give you guys a lot of information, but whatever, man. Well, I think we can even look in here. I got that last, come on, one more scroll. Oh man, we got three light darks anyway. So I got this one from the end of the month. This one, of course, the pieces. One from the end of the month and one from the event, right? So I didn't get any light dark packs anyway. Oh, we don't have any spots. We need to make some space. That works. We'll just do this. Alright, this way we enough. Please frigate or any other light dark 4-star that I don't already have. That's all I want. Anyway guys, I hope this helped you. So that's it, man. I hope it helped you. Even though I talk too much. Dark card. I'm sure we're not gonna get any lightning on this last one either. Oh, Maggie. Oh, damn you. Damn you, light dark scrolls. See, if I would have talked faster, we would have got a nat 5, right? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you as always I'm like losing my voice now. I'll see you as always in the next one.